What's up, everyone? This is BigPowner, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to craft some rings for omniscience. Specifically, I'm making these for a friend who's doing the physical to cold conversion, a copy of my build, um, which the guide's out on that if you want to check it out. I've been playing this build for most of the league. Pretty much tested everything. So even if you're not going to build it exactly how mine's built, I cover all the different options and why I chose the options that I have. So if you want to understand the build really well and be able to make the choices that are going to suit you best, go check that out. But anyways, we're going to be crafting these rings. Obviously, omniscience gives a high priority on attributes, so that's what we're going to be looking for. Specifically for this build is the reason why we chose the base that we chose. As you can see, my life is very low, so picking up life wherever you can on this, because we do use quite a few uniques, is going to be a pretty good thing to do. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do a more tanky version than what I'm doing, but I am speed mapper, frenzy stacking, and just some of my crafts, there's not a lot of life fit into them. Obviously, we don't get life on our omniscience, we don't get life on our synthas, or if you do the black crest, you're not getting life on that either. So there's just several spots that we just don't get life. Anyways, so that's the reason why we're going with Vermilion ring base. This actually isn't giving me critical, it's a frenzy ring, but if I wasn't using frenzy implicits, I would have been using 2 of the Vermilions. So basically what you're going to want to do for these is you're going to want to start off with essences. The reason why you want to start off with essences is because the essences are actually going to be higher than the tier 1. So you have 3 essences that you can choose from. As you know, if you've been keeping up with the videos for the gloves and the boots, those already came out. The boots specifically, if you're using an evasion base or just a strength base or just an intelligence base, or armor items that have restrictions based on the type that they are, you want to use one of the essences. If you're trying to get the most amount of attributes on it, you're going to want to use one of the essences that are an attribute that item doesn't allow. So like my boots are an evasion base, so they only are viable for dexterity. So if you're crafting another omniscience piece of gear, keep that in mind. But with the rings have accessibility to all of the attributes, so it doesn't really matter which one that we use. So you're just going to really want to go for whatever the cheapest one is. We'll go ahead and show that to you. So as you can see, we're able to get strength, dexterity, or intelligence. So the choice of which one to use is just simply going to be whichever one's the cheapest. So what I would do is you should just put in all 3 of them into the trade. Look for whatever bulk option size that you want, and just see whichever one's the cheapest, and then use that one, because they're all going to have the exact same weights. They're all 9k total, and they're all evenly weighted. So the reason why you definitely want to start with essences, unless you're trying to do something crazy, like you want to spam crit, the global crit multiplier essence until you hit 2 high attributes. You could do something like that, but that would essentially be the same cost as spamming 1 essence. Well, no, it'd actually be more expensive to do 1 essence till you have 3 tier 1s, because that would be removing 1 from the pool, so it would reduce it by 1/3. Anyways, that's basically what we're going to be doing here. I've actually already pre-done this. I'm going to show you how to finish it, because the first part of that is basically just essence spamming till you come up with something that you want. I will talk about what types of things you could see on the bottom that would be worthwhile keeping. In this one's particular case, we've got the essence, and then we have a tier 2, which is pretty close to the tier 1. It's 5 off, so not even 1 omniscience point worth of attributes. It's really good, and we also wind up getting a tier 1 percent global accuracy increase, which if you don't have some accuracy inside of your tree, you wind up having to spend points to max out your accuracy. So that is actually one of the things that would be good as another stat on the bottom. Other things that would be good, you could have the percent cold, like a tier 1% cold, like I have on my ring. That goes up to 22%. That's not a bad choice. The percent attack speed, that would be another good one. But you really got to decide what you want. Probably the main thing that you're concerned about is getting a lot of attributes on there. Maybe you're going for triple attributes, like you just want all attributes, and then you would just basically spam it until you wound up with all attributes on the ring. So yeah, this one we haven't finished yet. The best way to finish these, there are several ways that you can finish these. One way, and you guys probably see me doing this a lot, and it's because it's a really strong crafting method right now, on the right items for the right stats. But the way that we're going to finish this one is two ways are probably the best ways. If you need more life, like you need more life sustain inside of maps, starting with the Elder base is going to be a really good idea. And the reason why is because we get this really high life on hit, and because we're hitting so many things so many times, that's going to be a good choice, because we have right here life gained on enemy hit by attacks. This is really, really strong. Obviously, if you've tried out the life and mana gained in your tree, where you're getting 4 life mana, the tier 1 on this is 5 times as strong as that. And as you can tell, by using that brings your life back up pretty quickly, just because you're hitting stuff so many times. So that's pretty awesome. The way that you would roll for that, obviously, what you would want is you would be hoping for a natural life roll. You would do life, more life. So what you'd be hoping for is a high number to number life, and then you would be hoping for this life gained on hit. The mana gained on hit would also be good. The reason why it would also be good is because then you could possibly take a point out of your tree. If you were to go for double life on hit, like get maybe mana on one, life on the other, then you could probably remove that mana and life on hit from your tree. The 2 to 3 mana on hit, you get that to 3. That's going to be enough. That should be enough to sustain you, even if you're running the more costly link like I'm doing on my build now, which is basically removing inspiration for vicious projectiles, running greater multiple and forked. Basically the highest damage output possible with the most clearing, which is a lot more expensive. And then on these rings, it's like 100% that you're either running the super expensive link that I'm running, which is just the highest DPS output for this, like I said, and is giving the most clearing, just simply because it puts out the most projectiles, and our damage is basically multiplied by the DPS per hit times however many projectiles are actually hitting the target. That's going to be our actual effective DPS. So this gives us the most projectiles with the highest base DPS, but it's also the most expensive. Even running double -2 mana cost, I'm still at 28 mana. If I didn't have that 28 mana, I would not be able to run this, because I'd be 14 on top of that. I'd be 40 mana a shot. That would be rough when I only have 105 mana. So you definitely on this build are going to want the negative mana cost. You could go a step further on that. You could go for almost no cost, or no cost if you had if you're doing the cheaper link with inspiration. You could do that in your chest with the -15 to mana cost, with inspiration in, and the -7 on each ring. It puts the total cost, I believe, to 14. So that would make it so that -15 chest would make it a free cast. Oh wait, actually that wouldn't work with inspiration then. Then you would have to switch, so then it would be back to, then it would be at, yeah, inspiration doesn't work for stuff that its cost gets zeroed out. So then you don't generate the charges, so you get no damage. So scratch that, you don't want to do that. If you're going to go for that negative mana cost chest, you have to do the more expensive link and dump the inspiration. Anyways, so the end goal for this is we want to have life on this. So we're going to go for life. And the negative mana cost, that's what we absolutely want. Obviously, we've used essences to spam it to a place where the bottom is really nice. So we just want to finish up the top on this, which is going to be pretty easy. Obviously, the main portion is sitting there spamming essences. Oh no, I don't have a veiled orb. 1 second, we'll get one real quick. I totally forgot that I had just ran out. It should be easy to get. Veiled orb. See who wants to be available first. We ain't got time for waiting. You are the winner. You are the winner, good sir. There you go. Thank you, kind sir. Alright, so now we're just going to... we're just going to go put on our suffixes cannot be changed. Once you get it to this point, you just need an open prefix. Then you're going to do suffixes cannot be changed. We're going to veiled orb slam it. Okay, so all we have is the veiled orb mod. So first we got to make sure this is good. Okay, so what we can do, the cold and lightning would actually be a really good mod. This would add good damage, and so this is one of the other ones this is one of the other ways that we would try to go about this. You could decide whether you wanted to try this or not. But this is a pretty good option. The reason why is the number is going to be good. It also is going to make it so that we're always going to have some shock value because we're always going to have lightning in our hits. So this would be the one that we choose because it's cold and lightning, so we're going to get good number damage on that. But since we don't have an open modifier, we kind of are going to just have to exalt slam this and see if we wind up with something good. It could wind up being good. Obviously, if we hit a good life, that could be good. What did we get? We got mana, so this is going to be a reroll. So we're just going to go ahead and reroll it. We have to absolutely have the negative mana cost on there, so that's the last craft. So we're not going to keep that as it is. Alright, they're right there. You would decide whether you want to take that chance for the 1 EX to hit that, or you could just go right back to the veiled orb till you hit what it is that you want. Obviously, don't slam it if there's only one spot open, because then you're going to be in this tough situation where you're going to have to go farm suffixes, reforge suffixes cannot be changed. So, and those don't come up very often. Suffixes cannot be changed. Okay, so once again, it is just that. I'm going to unveil. Okay, so we got cold and fire. So the cold and fire doesn't really give us as big of an advantage, so I'm not going to slam on this one. I'm just going to re-roll it. The reason why is because fire doesn't really do much for us, so this is just the equivalent to like we'll show you the. It would be an equivalent to just having a like tier between tier, what is that, 5 and 4 cold damage, so that's not very good. So we're not going to slam on that because we don't want to keep that. So we just put something on there. I don't know what the max is on it. Yeah, it's like between tier 4 and 5, so that's not going to be worth keeping. We're just going to go ahead and roll on this again. Suffixes cannot be changed. Ugh, that's not good. I might not be able to finish this right now. That sucks. Unveil. Oh, and we got the life too. Ah, that sucks. Do we YOLO the annulment orb? I mean, it's a 50-50 that we don't ruin it. Yeah, I think we go for it. Let's hope that it removes that max energy shield. No! No! The suffix reroll, the last time I kept an item, the only reason why I did that is because the last time I kept an item to try to hit, get one of those, and I had 3 of them that I had been saving forever, and I wound up using all 3 of them doing this set of crafting, and like, the last time I saved and waited to find one of those, which on some items you absolutely have to, but I saved and waited, and it took me like 2 weeks to find one, so I'm just like, you know, let's see if we can wind up hitting another, I have a bunch of my own essences we'll just use to roll. So we'll give this a shot, see if we can get it back. Well, that sucks. That really bites. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe we'll come up with something even better. Okay, so we got mana regeneration. Nah. We got strength and intelligence. So we could go top to bottom. So we're gonna use we're gonna see what we get. We'll do remove a prefix, add a suffix. You do that inside of your beast crafting. Beast crafting.
I'm not up to that just yet.
So add a suffix. Oh no, we're out of those. Alright, well I need more ferric lynxes. Let's bring that up. Ferric lynx alpha. Got 5. I tried to prep it to be able to just finish it and explain it, but I guess you guys are gonna get to see like a bunch of different crafting methods in this video because the unlucky annulment orb. I actually did that same thing to my my frenzy ring. So it was actually worse than that one because I had used multiplier crit multi essences with, and then rolled it till I hit 2. So that was devastating. All right, so we need to do add a suffix. is we don't care what's on the top, because we're going to re-roll that anyways. So we'll just hope that we get something good moving down. Otherwise, we'll just roll some more. What do we get? Ooh! Wow! Alright, I'm so glad we did that. So it was good that we did that. We hit the tier 1 multi. So it's the same ring, but we traded accuracy for crit multi. That's another reason why it's good to have the Elder, is for that chance. Alright. Now we're going to go try to finish this bad boy off. It was nice to me on that because it was mean to me on the annulment orb. Alright. Let's go. So we're going to do suffixes cannot be changed. We're going to do that. Ooh, we got the mana on hit! Yes! Come on, give me the life, baby. Oh my gosh, this is... Just give me the life. Give me the life. Yeah! It was so worth it, man. Dude, that's insane. I'm kind of jelly. I'm kind of a little jelly of this ring. I'm crafting this for someone else, so... They got an amazing ring right there. That might be one of the best rings that I've crafted this league. Yeah, that's insane. Like the mana on hit is so good. Like being able to get those together like that. That's just like, it's like a picture perfect ring. So on this one, because we have the negative mana cost, we've got HP, we've got the mana regen, and then we've got the percent life on top. I probably would not go probably wouldn't go attributes increase on this. I'd go with the more expensive ones, and go for the on this one I'd go for the fertile catalysts. So we'll go fertile catalysts on this one just because there's a lot more synergy on it. We'll have more mana regen, more life, more mana regen, more life, and we'll have more. Once this is divined, we'll have -8 to total mana cost. Once it's divined, 72 mana, 8% max life. So yeah, I mean that's just an absolutely insane ring. I think. I mean. It's like one off from being perfect. Like if that intelligence was tier 1 instead of tier 2, that would literally be a perfect ring. and it's literally like all the best stuff you could hope for. I would say the 3 best top thing modifiers, and it would just be preference. Like you wouldn't want 2 of these because 3 mana on hit is basically all that you need for the build, even running the more expensive links. So I would say that the 3 top things for the top, besides the life and mana regen, dual mod, and then you have to have the negative mana cost. But the 3 best things on top would be the life on hit, the mana on hit, or the tier 1 percent attack damage with elemental attack skills. And which one is the best would just be basically for the Omni TS build. It would just be based on what it is that you really want specifically for your build. Like, do you want like this? That totally frees it up. Like if he wanted to, that honestly frees up a point. It's actually better on the mana gen. So like this is all the mana on hit that I have, which you could also pick up on a jewel. But just picking up right there is really nice because there's so many unique jewels that we throw into this build. Like, you know, because we've got the unnatural instinct, we have the forbidden flame, the forbidden flesh, the Watcher's Eye, like all of that stuff. So it's kind of hard to fit in. And then we have to run our reduced reservation small clusters if you're playing self aura botting, anyways, I mean that's amazing. That's an absolutely amazing ring. I'm glad that the annulment orb was mean to us. It would have been a really nice, like if we would have gotten the same top, I would have been equally excited. But that's just crazy that, you know, I would say the 20% multiplier is better than the accuracy because you can still put that 1 point into. The reason why I'd say that you get 1 point back, but you wouldn't be able to pick up 20% multiplier in your tree. So I think that winds up being a win. 20%, because the point that I'm talking about is this one right here. So 100 accuracy per green socket. Like I get a ton of accuracy from this because I've got 4 green sockets, but I'm really close. I'm at 98%. The way my build is, if I had that 20% accuracy on one of my rings, I wouldn't need this point, and I could switch it to something else. Which there's 4.3% damage gained that I could get for 1 point swapping somewhere else. So it would be pretty close. It would be pretty good either way. But 20% multi is really nice. So yeah, super stoked about this. He's gonna be stoked about this, or he better be. Anyways, if you have any questions about this, I think this is a pretty simple crafting process. It's basically spam essences. You saw how I was able to manipulate a little bit to try to get something better. And then if you miss, you miss and just start over. I hit that pretty quickly on the essences. I wasn't going for like perfect. 50% is pretty close with that. So yeah, we came up with a really good product, so that's nice. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, share it with your friends. If you're not yet, hit the subscribe button. If you want to check out me playing live and doing the recordings and stuff like that, check me out at twitch.tv/BigPowner. Thanks for watching. Peace.